Okay. Today we have come for academic session. So it's not my exact discipline, but then something I've learned through some years, and because I was so interested in making PowerPoints from my childhood, so much digging into it. I never knew that I'll be taking a session on it someday. It was funny. I was making a presentation on making presentations. So I had a lot of pressure on me to make it a better one. But anyway, I did something. So before starting, I think I'll wanted to go through the basics of what presentation is exactly. So presentation is not just this slides that you see. It's so much that goes behind. You have to have a structure, and you have to connect with the audience. You have to discover. You have to practice it. You have to learn it. You relax it and pause again and think through how this presentation goes. So there's so much that goes behind this presentation. But and a very key aspect comes up these are the things I thought of what a good presentation needs. It needs content, it needs creativity, it needs communication, it needs coherence, that is it should be consistent throughout, through clarification of doubts or follow-up questions. I think that's how, and there can be so many more to it as well. So today we have to go to the creativity aspect of it when we try to understand how to make a good presentation. So that question comes to us is it important? Is it important to make a good PowerPoint? How does it matter? But this is it. We have all sit through a bad presentation, the boring ones that go on for too long, the complicated, badly planned presentation, or the horror presentation with too much text or monotonous design. You know, just remember your second year or biochem class or some other class where some guy just came up and put a slide and he just read off all that in the screen. How did you feel? Did you feel motivated to learn? Did you feel motivated to listen to him? No, I don't think so. I was not motivated. So it's something we have to understand. It being professionals, being doctors, it's not just for IT people, it's for everyone, because it has become a very good resource by which you can take it to your advantage. It's a very good visual aid resource. So as I'm speaking, you see the slide and both go together hand in hand. And this slide helps you to retain your attention for a relatively longer time. So there's something called visual trigger. So we are more triggered by something we see than something we hear. And together with your audio and the visual presentation, the presentation becomes good. I'm not telling, everyone can make some presentation with some pictures in it, some text in it, and people will definitely see it and go away. It's not that people will not see it. And sometimes even your HODs or staff might not be so bothered about it. But what does a good presentation do? It makes it more receptible to the audience. I remember Dr. Santosh Mathew sir, his presentations are so awesome. I used to just go to his presentation just to see his presentations because it was very concise, very nice. So that's something attracted me. I think so many people would have liked it. So starting first, there's something called slide selection. I don't know how many of you gone through this, saw this option available. There's something called 4:3 ratio and 16:9 ratio. What is that? So it just basically says what is the size of your screen. So now currently you're seeing a 4:3. It's more of a squarish kind of thing. 16:9 is a kind of a wide screen that is for your like TVs and laptop screens. So what to start with, you have to choose a slide size. And it depends on where you're going to present. Like Zoom, I choose 4:3 because it takes more of your area. And no one sees a presentation landscape. Everyone will see in a portrait mode. So in that, 4:3 covers most of the screen surface. So my idea behind choosing this is trying to cover the most of the surface area. What will happen if I put a 4:3 in 16:9? It stretches it, first thing. Otherwise, it will have black borders on the sides, which is not good. So something we have to consider. Even if you go wrong, not a problem, but very good thing to consider. And second thing, I think knowing the difference, something most often we don't know because we think a laptop screen and a projector screen, especially when you're projecting. I think online it's okay when you're seeing through the Zoom. You see the exact same thing which I saw, except some internet connection issues. But when you present it to a screen that is secondary, that is called a projector. Projector's resolution is very different. Its settings are different. So the picture that is in your screen may not be exactly matched to the the picture that is in the projector, and this is something you have to consider. So all the time when we go to give paper presentations or anything, so we should consider that this is different, and this thing should be in your mind, and we should prepare in advance to tackle any kind of problem that arises. So one problem is we have to keep the text in the center box. Why? Because we don't know how the screen is positioned. Sometimes it's positioned right better, but sometimes we see the lower half and upper half is gone outside the boundary, or sides one is not proper. So if you keep it in the center, you will be rest assured that your important text will be there. It will not miss out. Even part of the picture might go out, but your text will be there. And lower and upper part should be kept properly, because sometimes the people, when they sit and all, when they walk around, it just crosses off. So giving a safe boundary around is good, especially when you're making a presentation to be projected on a projector screen. So today, I think, taking Jesus' example, I'm not going to speak on how to make a presentation, but rather how not to make it, because that is more important, I feel, because there are 1001 ways to make it, and you don't have to make the way I make it. You just have to make the way you make it. And I also want to give a caution that definitely you won't get time to make all these creative things, and especially it takes a creative side of you also do it. But what I'm trying to help you is how to make it in a more legible, more good way that may do the purpose, that will serve the purpose for a while. And especially with your very tough schedule that goes on, it's very difficult to assign time just to sit and make creative stuff. But how to, in lesser time, make the good stuff is simple. Simply we can do that by avoiding a very common silly mistakes, which most people do because we don't know it. So our presentation should always keep the audience tiptoed on what is going to come next. So that's what it is. We should not present everything, and we'll definitely see it. And we should create a curiosity on what I'm going to speak next. See, so I just want to ask, what is the problem with this slide? What is the problem with this slide? I'll just put the text.
Text is too much, Jason, here.
Yeah.
And background image is dominating the matter.
Exactly. So this is, I don't know, whoever made it, it felt so cool in his mind, but he didn't see that, okay, this is not going to help. See, it might, and one more thing I told you, it might look good on a laptop screen, but it's closer to you, and your laptop screen will be in higher resolution. When it gets projected to a projector, it looks horrible. You cannot read it. And the same thing is again this one. Can you read the text there? No, right? So this is a very common mistake. I think not everyone might make, but a mistake that we often choose. So the whole basic idea of why we are doing a presentation is people should read what I am typing, what I have typed, and people should able to legibly understand what is this matter first of all. If they are not able to read it, there's no point in keeping this. So one thing that can help you is getting templates. Get new ones from your website, because now online and net is very free. Get new ones. Don't use old ones because they are so boring and they're overused. Don't use the default ones like this one, this blue one. No, I don't know how, I've seen thousands of them, I guess. Slides. Don't use the old one. You have so many new ones. Go try them out. Go look for it and keep it advanced. When you have free time, just keep searching for, like people might go through Pinterest. So go through this thing and keep downloading it so that when you need it, you can just type it for you. So yeah, you might have to do a little shopping there for templates. Some are free, some are paid. Free ones are good enough. So keep relevant pictures. I think we'll go through that. What is the problem with this? Hello?
Yeah, Jason.
Yeah. Anything you feel odd, or is it good about this slide?
Content more.
Hello, I'm finishing. Yeah. Anna.
What to read?
Yeah, it's very hard to read. Yeah. Actually, I'm supposed to finish it in 30 minutes, so I'm just going very fast. So please respond fast as well. So yeah. So this so much to read. Yeah. That is so many people. What do you think is presentation is just a aid to go out? Like I think when my friends were making presentation, they just keep everything they wanted to speak out in the presentation. Definitely that makes your work easy. Just read out through the slides. but you are not a good presenter. You are a good reader, not a presenter or orator. But that doesn't help. You should keep the relevant information there, and you should add up whenever it's necessary. So this is too much information. Images and text don't mix. That's something you have to understand. We cannot mix them together, and we can find better ways to do it. One way is to keep an extra text is keep into the notes. There is a click to add note below it. So I will tell you, there is a presenter mode when you are connected to a projector. There is a presenter mode by which you can see your notes. Others cannot see it, but you can see your notes, and that's very handy. Or make your notes in your phone or handwritten notes. I think that is so good. See, some basic rules is keep text to a minimum, keep precise key points, which helps us to expand on it one by one. So this precise key points are just key points, and I am supposed to expand on it when I'm going to speak to him. That's what I'm doing right now. The professional slides needs text, but unlike some other text, we need to present some features, clinical features, or the pathophysiology. It needs text, and we cannot avoid text altogether. But what we can do is we can consolidate it, we can precise it, we can prune it, perfect it. It means it takes time for you to have a good composition. A good presentation cannot be done without a good concise write-up. So you have to concise all the matter. You cannot just copy paste from your standard textbooks, and unless it's a real mandatory definition or something, which is okay. But other things you just copy paste, then it's gonna increase the length of your slide and text, which is not. Less is always more. You should keep the text as minimum possible. And it says that 6 lines, more than 6 lines, it might be so much overwhelming for the reader to read it, and it should be less than 90 words. So ideally, for a time, we say that 25-35 minutes presentation is ideal, because that is our best retention time, but it should not cross more than 45 minutes. After that, we are sleeping. So yeah, so what's the problem with this slide?
Oh my god, it's full crowded. We can't even read anything.
Yeah. So whoever thought, he told, I kept all the information out there. But the thing is, we cannot read it. And no one can read it in 2 seconds, everything. So don't do this. Unless it's really important and we are supposed to keep it, we try to break it down so that, because the whole idea of keeping a pic like this was that people may understand. So it should not be kept just for the sake of it. What is the problem with this? You might feel it's good, actually. Yeah. So, go ahead. Hello? Please go ahead.
Jason, with
Yeah.
blue and white, can we see it from far? I don't think so.
It's not that clear, but also it is very monotonous. The colors and everything is so kind of a boring thing. It's kind of okay, but it's not something that really attracts the attention of people who are reading it. Just give a glance and get away with it. So that's a problem. We'll get over it. What's the problem with this slide?
Here, actually, that heading has come over the picture. It shouldn't be. It is not supposed to be like that.
Okay. Anything else? Zooming isn't proper. Exactly. So you know what? If you can length and breadth. Yeah. So one more thing is, we have to find out this picture is taken from SlideShare. So someone, we were all wise, and definitely we use SlideShare slides when we don't have time. That's okay. But we have to copy wisely as well, right? So what that person did was take the SlideShare slide and kept it on her slide. So her slide template is this, and this another template is going above it. And you can see there's a cross mark, there is a lens symbol, and there is K. That we don't care so much. How does it matter? But it does matter. So I just edited it for you. How does it look now?
Very nice.
Yeah. So what I did nothing. I just cropped it. I just took a cropped thing, cropped it, put a white box over this K. See, I will show you. This box is there now. I kept it over it, and put a text below it. That's all. You can see how different it is. I just put a little bit color to it, but you can see how different it is. So it doesn't take time. It hardly took 30-40 seconds, I guess, to do this. And see, it looks better, right? And there is something called a continuity of the picture. See, this picture borders are like blunt. There's nothing, there's empty space here. There's an empty space here. So when I made it into the corners, it looks like there is something there, but I'm not able to see it. And it looks pleasing to our eyes. I don't know if it looks like zoomed up. It's not a broken picture. It looks like a very complete picture. So something, trying to have a continuous picture, I think that is something, it's a good thing to have, but it's okay even if you don't have it. What's wrong with this? It's very dull, yeah. Yeah, resolution might be dull, yeah. It's again copied from this, what's it? SlideShare. You can see this is one slide, this is one slide. At least, so when you're copying it, you stretch it, no. So you will have this one. So because you have two, it's clearly seen. Because I've been using, even I've copied a lot of slides from SlideShare, I know. So, but when I copy, you won't know. No one will know that it is from SlideShare. So you should copy like that. And it's okay to copy pictures from there or Matter, as long as it's free. So yeah. So, and one more thing was, see, this dead space. This is called dead space, means it's not of any use. You just kept it for design, but it's actually not helping you at all. So yeah, professional copying, we can do that. In a right sense, I think as long as it is free and it's not violating any rules or laws, I want to say that. I don't want to say, oh, Jason told its copying was okay. So what's wrong with this? First guys, first. 6:30 ho gaya.
Color contrast.
Yeah, it's your eyes are burning kind of. Look at,
yeah.
Just think about this on a screen, big screen. Your eyes will go. So we should not make a kaleidoscope of colors, and we should be very careful how you choose the colors. So same thing. What do you think is the problem with this? Yeah, childish, and kind of we cannot even read the text. See, there is something we are understanding is B, something it just goes off. So most probably, I think pink is that person's favorite color, and I guess it's a girl. I don't know. But see, there's something called color combinations. So there is called 2 color combinations. It is from a design template. Designers who design lot of digital publishings. So from that, there is a lot of combinations. And if I'm not telling you should go and every time make a combination, but all I wanted to say was some colors go with some other colors, and it is so, and they look better together somehow. They're just made for each other. So we should find those colors and try to keep them together, and it will make your presentation so good. Consistency is the key. Okay, don't make again a rainbow slide, like every slide is a green, one is blue, one is green. So you stick to something. There's something called color scheme. Scheme means you take 3 colors or 4 colors, and in your slide whole presentation you will only use those 4 colors. You should not cross it unless it's really important, it's really something you want to show. You will not cross that 4 colors. That is called scheme. You go to net, you can type on color scheme, and you will know a lot of stuff about that. So when you take 2-3 colors, you stick to it, and that consistent throughout the presentation, those colors, it will look so good. And there's something called complementary colors which are opposite to the spectrum, that whole spectrum of colors, right? So yeah, spectrum has a different meaning for us anyway. So the opposite to the color side, no, that is complementary colors. So they actually go hand in hand. See, look at this. Green and purple was there, no? Green and purple. And it just out. What is it? It really looks so good. It is very more visible. Look at this purple on yellow. It looks so good. It is so. But unlike this, blue and orange are complementary, but still it's not looks good. So it is not a rule, but we should have a strong contrast from the background. If you are keeping in a background, pick anything or have a background color, you should have a contrasting color over it so that it looks good. And it looks readable. It's not just about looking good. It is readable. Yeah. What is the problem with this? Yeah, font. So it looked very stylish. The thing was, but from far away, no one can actually read it. And so fonts are important. Fonts are nothing but letterings. The different letters you have, no, it is in a different style. And in computer language, computer way, it's called font. So definitely we can try creative fonts, avoid defaults, avoid unreadable ones. They're like this, which I have written. Stick to again. There is a scheme again. Stick to 2 fonts or 3 fonts per presentation, like heading 1 font and 2 more fonts for other things, but don't cross that. Don't keep a big quantity of fonts there. And this is the sizes. Actually sizes might vary, but this is something I've tried to find a good balance of. Heading of 30 pt is points. You can see whenever you have, there's a drop down menu to change the sizes, no? So 30, see, I'll show you this. See this one, this 30. That is the points. So headings are 30 to 32 points, body is 20 to 24, and again for every font, no, some fonts at 22 might look big and some might look small. So you should be judicious. You should try to understand how it looks. And we have to understand that on a presentation, on a PowerPoint, on your screen looks differently than on a projector. I already told that. So something that looks okay for you because it was closer to you might look so big or so small, or usually so big on a projector. You should have a judicious thought of it because it gets enlarged. So try not to have so big or so small fonts. Avoid short forms, especially professionally, unless it's a known abbreviation. Don't use common, make one. Like, don't make a custom one for yourself. Fonts. So there are a lot of fonts you can use. There are some new ones that have come. You can go and search for it. There are some already there, and some you can find in the internet. You can download it and keep it. And again, I wanted to say was, I forgot to tell this. So to make a presentation, it's so good to make it in a laptop than on a phone. Phone, it will be very difficult. I think iPad will be easier, but phone, it will be very tricky because hardly you can keep a picture and type something, and you cannot make all these changes, and you cannot add all this fonts and all that. And so in a laptop, it will be the ideal one, or a MacBook or something. But you can also make in iPad. But again, I want to tell that iPad version is not exactly the desktop version. It has some limitations. So you can, this is the basic traditional fonts you can use for a very good. These are the fonts. All fonts are in its own fonts, like Helvetica, Tahoma, Verdana are the very traditional font which looks good for a professional presentation. Okay. So what's wrong with this? I'll just finish it first. Yeah.
Too many pictures?
Yeah, just wanted to give all the pictures I have into that presentation. That is also a problem with ourselves. We should try to have the minimum type number of pictures which conveys the point. It's not about having all the photo album into the thing, and we know sometimes we are so excited about it, but then that's not the point. Point is we should able to do it rightly. And something else is, I think one more thing I couldn't show you there is a lot of animation. They kept a lot of animation, a lot of transitions. The problem with that is slows down your pace. Sometimes that whole thing, that some 3D animations will be there. It looks good for a while, but we are not childish, right? So even in a professional presentation, it's wise not to keep them. Just keep a plain thing, which is okay. It is okay. We don't keep 3D one because it takes long time. It takes 30 seconds just to do that whole 3D revolve. It might look good for a while, but then for every slide, now everyone will be so much angry at you. So don't have unnecessary animation, unnecessary transition. But you can have some good animations which can help you to get your one picture at a time when you're speaking and get it off. So I will tell you later how to get that. There's something called Google Lens. One more tip. I don't know how many of you know about Google Lens. So if you have to copy from a textbook, which is not available as PDF or text is not available, this is a very good tool which I felt was so useful. You have to just open. Mostly all Android phone has Google Lens. You just have to go open it, and scan it. It will come like a camera. Just keep it over your textbook, click it, and there will be like copy text. You just have to copy it. That's it. You just have to copy it, keep it in your WhatsApp, and open WhatsApp in your laptop in the web whatsapp.com, and keep it in your presentation. That's so simple. You don't have to copy it or anything. Suppose you have to write something more, and suppose you want to write something lot. You have written something, but you have to type it now. But you are so bored of typing. There's something called voice typing. It's there in WhatsApp again, and something also called, I think there is something called transcript as well, which is also good. So there's something called live transcript by Google, which is also good. So you just have to talk and it will type it for you. I just have to copy all that is typed and given to them. Yeah, I give my credit to my sister who is telling it's her idea. So this is something called picture search. So how to get your right pictures. So there is something called PNG formats and GIF formats. So GIFs, we know it's kind of a lot of meme and all that goes on. So PNG might not be so much familiar to you. So whenever I keep some picture, suppose I want coronavirus.png, I will get a picture like this. What is the importance of this picture? No, see, I can keep it like this. It is transparent behind it, so I can keep it above anything. So if my background is any color, I can keep it above it, and it will not show a white color thing. So this is PNG. So if you search for any picture with a PNG, you can get a picture like that. So what about other pictures? Keep your keywords as simple as possible. You can get better results. Don't keep, like, if your topic name is that, don't keep the whole topic name in that. You will not get any pictures. You keep as simple as that. As you try to just think Google Images is like a small baby and try to understand, make it understand what you want. And you try to give small words to it so that you gets it. Whatever gets it, you can find it. And one more way is, suppose what if you get a picture and the picture is very small. Sometimes the picture quality is very bad. What to do with it? What you do is you take that picture, put it to into the I will try to show it, but you can, what you have to do is take the picture, grab it and keep it into the search. So it will search with the picture. So whatever picture with the same quality is there, it will show it everything. I wish I can show it, but I think I'll show it later. There is one more feature called remove background, which is something I liked. Especially old version doesn't have it, new versions have it. So what does it do? Simple, it removes the background. This background, something is there, I remove it. I get a nice white background, which looks so good rather than a very distorted background, which I don't like. There is something else called set transparent color. What do you mean by set transparent color? You might say. So transparent color is, so when there is only one single color in the background, I can set transparent color, and that one single color will change into transparent. So remove background is whatever color it is, whatever background it will go. The set transparent color is, if it is single color, I can make it transparent. So I will do a small demo here. So this is how the PowerPoint looks. You know that. So I had this demo. I have two cars pictures. This is the first car. You can see there is a background below it. No, so you don't have to learn Photoshop to remove car now. And thanks for the technology that things are gone so good. I just have to, what I have to do, take the picture, double click it, and there is a remove background here, just there, and just click it there, and it's gone. See, the pink color is removed. I put keep, and see, it just becomes this. Doesn't it look so cool then? Right? Just you don't have to do Photoshop, nothing. So I told about set transparent color. This is remove background. There's some set transparent, means there's only one color. See, this is a black color. So I can use set transparent. You have to go double click into color. Then there is set transparent color. See, this doesn't look that great, but yeah, you get the point. The whole thing goes up. And see what the use of this is. I can keep like this. Oh, sorry. See, it is totally transparent below it. So I can keep whatever background behind it. It won't matter. It will not have a white color shade behind it. So I can make a very good thing with it. So that's how it is. So I'll continue with it. There's something called tables. Is my screen visible? Shall I go back to the previous mode?
Previous mode is better, Jason. Now it looks little small.
Yeah. So I just wanted to show this table. I think with this table I will go back. I just want to give a demo. So this is something table. I think mostly people know. Just have to go to insert, and there is all that you want to insert, and there will be something table. There's chart. Just put the chart, and there's this chart thing, that normal chart, and I clicked it and it came here. So this is a statistics. You usually do that, and if suppose you are not copying from anywhere, you can click here and see edit data is there. So I will show you one more. So sorry. I just insert chart, I click it here. So this is how it comes. So I get a small Excel sheet kind of thing. I can put all my values. So based on my values, that chart will be created. So you get the point. This is how the chart is created based on the value. So what is cool about it is you made a chart of whatever value you have, and you just double click it, go to animations. Yeah, and sorry. Yeah, you go to animation, press float in. So it floats in, and see there is something called effect option. Click it by series. It means, see, it can come one by one. So I will just show you the preview 1 minute. So table is there. I'm talking about something, and this is the statistics. This is the statistics for the first category, and this is the statistics for the second category, and this is the statistics for the third category. So it looks cool, right? So that's a small thing if that works. I'll go back to my old mode. So yeah, and yeah, there is something called smart arts. You would have already seen. I'll make it big. Again, you have to go to insert. It's called smart art. So smart arts are good. Just nothing you have to do. You have to press something, put whatever art you want. Like I took a honeycomb thing. Then I can edit it, and you just have to type it, and it looks so good. Just arts are already there. You have to type it. Like what do you say? Academics. Yeah. So it's just there. So you can just type it and it looks cool, and whatever categories is there, you can keep it in. Okay. Sorry, I think. Yeah. Sorry. So I'll do one thing. Yeah. So this is how it is done. About that, there's something called Zoom presentation tips. Suppose these are some of the presentation tips which I told when you have. Yeah. So these are some of the presentation tips which I have when you're presenting on a projector. So I'm keeping like future in the consideration, but for now, what you do. So I was going in between half screen and full screen, right? So I just want to show you how to do that. It's very helpful because usually in Zoom, now I have to present it. This is the screen I have, and I have to go to this slideshow and present from current slide, and this will become big. I cannot see any notes here, and that's the problem. So there is another option in the Zoom. This is how the Zoom screen looks. So when I press the green button, this small box comes up, and there is one basic section and there is one advanced section. In the advanced section, I have to check this portion of screen, and then the next one. So I will get this green box, and I have to adjust this green box. Whatever is inside this green box, I can see. So see below there is notes. I can read the notes from this, and I can see my slides, and I can change easily. This is something I do. Okay. One more thing I wanted to show us pictures. 1 minute. Yeah. Hello, are you guys there? Yeah. So this is something I wanted to show with pictures. Suppose you are searching for pictures. and I liked I don't know, find something. Okay, I like this one. I like this one, but it is very small. Okay, but I'll take the small one. I'll take one. So you can see the resolution here, no? See, 1200 by 620. It means it's very big. The smaller it is, it's very big. The point. Yeah. Suppose I want this pic, but it is very small. Suppose this pic is very small, and I want a very good picture of it, so that I can cover the whole slide. I just have to press it and drag it and keep it here. So it will search through all that. See, I get all the images, and this is called large image. So all the images in Google of the same category will come. So I would have to find whichever is very good quality, and I can download it. So this is something my friend taught me. So that is, I think that's all. I think I'll go back to the questions. Yeah, one thing I forgot to tell was this last slide of my presentation, and I'll just go to the questions. References, something Epseka was telling me to keep. So this is important in a professional presentation, to keep references. Sometimes you forget, and sometimes if you want to keep a footnote, you can keep below in a different font, perhaps in a different box, so that it doesn't hinder much. So yeah. So as I think we'll go for the questions. Okay, how different is PowerPoint in PC from one in our mobiles? It's not much different. Am I still recording? Yeah. It is not much different. The only thing was this transition, removed background, and other stuff won't be there. But other things are good. But only thing is just typing and moving it around. See, one more thing I forgot to tell you, which is important. Anyway, how much more time I have, Sharon?
You can go on, Jason.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. So this is something I wanted to tell us. This is very basic. There is something called shortcuts for PowerPoint, and this will very very handy. So there are so many shortcuts, but very important shortcuts is something called Control M. So you should remember is Control M means a new slide. Whenever I press Control M, I get a new slide. So 1 minute, I'll just go back to the bigger screen. Yeah. So whenever I press Control M, no, see, this is a slide. I press Control M, I get a new slide. I get a new slide here. So whenever I have a new slide, suppose I will take a new presentation. I'm making a new presentation. I take a blank thing. It's totally blank, and I have to present again. So it's totally blank. See, and if you have a new presenter office 2019, I guess, you will have something called design ideas. Can you see here? So it is so good. So suppose I need something. I keep one picture. Yeah. Okay, I don't have good pictures. No, I don't have good pictures. Yeah. Yeah, I can get online pictures. Okay. So this is called Creative Commons. I don't know how many of you like cats, but these pictures are free if you have a website. See, so whenever I kept a picture like this, no, can you see the design ideas beside it? So I didn't do anything. I just kept a picture and it showed me this is how you can do. So this looks cool, right? Nothing, just have to press it and it is there. This looks good, isn't it? You can keep anything. I just kept a cat. You might not like a cat, I don't know. So this is another thing. It gives a design ideas. It might not be there in phone. Again, to answer the question of Sharon, this might not be there in the phone because phone doesn't have this much opacity. This is another thing. So this looks cool, right? So this is something we can do. So okay, I got this, and as I told, I put Control M, and I've keep a new slide. So this is how it is. This is a heading. There is the subtitles here, and I keep something here, whatever heading, and I wrote whatever I wrote. Like I don't know what I wrote. So whatever I wrote. Suppose the thing I wanted to tell was there is something called all PowerPoint works on text boxes. So without a text box, you cannot write it. Suppose there is a text box here. I want to write here. I cannot write here. I have to go to insert, put a text box, and take a text box and write Jason, whatever. I don't know. I wrote, and I have to make one more text box. I can go to another insert and go to text box. I don't know, academics. So this text box helps us to organize our text into a better way, because sometimes this gets very crowded. So if you type a lot into one text box, you cannot edit much. It will, like, if you put more, it will become so big. If you put small, I wish I had a lot of text. I don't know. 1 minute. I'll try to get the text. Sorry, this thing is not working. Okay. One is there. Yeah. Can you see? This is all the text I have. So whenever put, okay. This is all the text I have. So if I make it so big, so it doesn't work properly. It just malfunctions sometimes. So because it's in single text box. But if I separate it to two text box, I can handle it more better. So there are two text box. So this is how it is. I'm going to tell about text box. I think rest all you guys know. So let's go back to the questions, I guess. So hope you Sharon got about what's the difference between PC. So some things can be done in PC. So this text box can be moved around in PC, but in phones it will be very difficult to control those text boxes because it works in layers. And okay, I don't want to talk about layers now. What's that? How to see that only the presentation part is visible? You said some old mode. Oh, presenter mode. Yeah. So I cannot show it now. When I connect it to a PowerPoint, so my screen divides into two screens. Primary screen is my screen. Secondary screen is the PowerPoint screen. And I have to go to something called this Windows P. I don't know if it comes. Yeah. So in that I have to. Actually, it will be there. Most computers will have it. So there is something called presenter mode, Vishal. I think with that we can do. So in presenter mode, your notes and everything will come. Your notes and your next slide will be there in front of your screen. Your present slide will be on the projector screen. I think Hepsiaka was asking about what about two pictures if they keep in a single. So we can keep two pictures in as long as it's not hindering one another, and you are able to explain. And I wanted to show that. Okay. Yeah. Just last thing I wanted to. Because Hepsiaka was asking this. How to do that? Okay, I'll do this. Can everyone see my screen, right? Hello?
Yeah, we can see
Yeah.
Jason.
Yeah. So suppose I have this thing, I have this laptop. Okay, and I wanted to when I'm speaking, I want this laptop to come and this picture to come after that. So what I can choose is keep this laptop, press this laptop, and there will be a box around it. Go to animations, and add animation or something. Sorry, animation. Add animation. There will be entrance. So I can type this float in. I'm just taking. So it just floats in. Can you see it just floats in? So and after this, I want this small putty one to come after that, and add animation. I don't know. You want to bounce it? Okay. So when I put, so I have done this, right? So I go to slideshow from this current slide. So this is how I start presenting. I start speaking. You have to know the difference between presenter and all that. And what if you have a laptop? See, laptop came up. And what laptop has a screen? Okay. So this is how it is. Comes up. So it's pretty simple. You just have to add an animation. So you can have an exit animation as well. So press it, animation, add animation. There is something called exit. Exit is disappear. This putty also I can put animation, add animation, disappear. Yep. Quite. Okay. Okay. Now if we present it, see, I told laptop, I told something around it, and laptop is gone. This is gone. So yeah, you have to put an entry and exit, and whenever you press the next button, it will come and go. So I can put 2-3 pics together. Wish I had 2-3 pics. I didn't have 2-3 pics to show you that. So with 2-3 pics, I think we can keep one after the other. So like whenever I'm speaking, one comes, and just have to do. Suppose I have 2-3 laptops. I have to do like one laptop here, and so I have 3 laptops. So one after the other have to come. So I have to put entry to this and this and this, and exit to 3. So first it will come, then it will come, then it will come. So yeah, hope that's what Akka you wanted to ask, right?
Yeah, Jason. Thank you.
Yeah. So anything else? I think I answered all the questions, I guess. Yeah.